Hello everybody, we're live. This is the Only in Japan Go channel, and I'm in Ginza, and on the weekends here in Ginza, it turns into a shopping street. Well, I mean, like this, where all of the cars, all of the traffic has been closed off, and just the entire street is open to the public, and it's super cool. People are really enjoying a beautiful sunny day here in Tokyo on a Sunday afternoon. And Ginza is one of the more historical, famous for very big brand names, very expensive shops, lots of really stylish cafes. Lunch here can cost you anywhere from like $30 to like thousands of dollars. And it's pretty cool that on the weekends they open it up to the general public. And you can snag a seat if you want, but you have to get here pretty early. A lot of these chairs and, well, there used to be a table here. A lot of the chairs and tables, you could bring a coffee from a cafe nearby, sit outside and enjoy the middle of the street. Right now I'm walking the middle of Ginza, but this is only on the weekends. They close this off Saturday and Sunday between, I think it's like 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on the weekends after 5 p.m., Ginza turns back into a real road where cars can go back and forth and they can make deliveries and such. This is what it's like. Pretty cool. Right there is Wako, one of the famous department stores in Japan, maybe the world. And on the other side, it's Mitsukoshi, famous for having the lion in the front there. So I thought I would walk around Ginza a little bit today and share with you the experience of being here on a nice, beautiful, it's not that hot today. That's really great. It's the end of August. Usually it's sweltering hot like a sauna, but today, pretty cool. I'm quite happy with the weather. This shopping mall that I started coming out of is the newest shopping mall in Ginza. This is the Ginza 6. And the Ginza 6 has all of these really big brand shops. Okay? There it is, Ginza 6. And most of the shops in the Ginza 6, they're like stuff I would never buy. So I went in there, I took a look around. For a guy like me, I'd rather just shop on Amazon instead of in this shop. However, I have to point out that the roof of the Ginza 6 is pretty cool. And after you get to the 6th floor, a lot of the shops, well, it's just a bookstore. And if you go to my Instagram page, Only in Japan TV, I'm gonna post some pictures from the 6th floor up. And they have a Starbucks in there that has a bonsai tree right in the middle. And it's pretty darn cool, I thought. The top also has a garden, which is really neat because you can see like a panoramic view of Tokyo, including Tokyo Tower in the distance. And this will all be on an Instagram post, so you get an idea of what Ginza's newest shopping mall, the Ginza 6, looks like. That there, I've been there so many times. That's the Uniqlo. Uniqlo, yeah, this is a Uniqlo t-shirt. So a lot of this stuff, I'm pretty basic. So a lot of the things that I buy clothes-wise probably is Uniqlo stuff. There you go. So in Yurakucho, Ginza is broken down from Ichome, which is the 1st district, to Hachichome is the 8th district, and then after that it turns into Shimbashi. So this is the world famous main, like, massive store for Uniqlo. Yeah. And this Uniqlo is huge. I mean, it goes, whoa, it goes way up there. And it's just loaded with stuff. I see Jim is here from Tacoma, Washington. I will absolutely be putting the super chats to some pretty good use today. So, what do you think of Ginza? If you do come and you're here in the spring, summer, fall, the weekend's really cool. I think Shibuya is too crowded. And because they open up the streets and you can see how wide it is, this is the sidewalk and this is the main street. Between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., Ginza's a great place to go just to chill out because You have these chairs, these little garden chairs behind me. You have a really wide street, which is pretty cool. And you don't have to worry about cars or anything like that. It's also really good for shopping, especially if you have a platinum card or any credit card with a $10,000 limit. Yeah, you can max that out here. You absolutely could. One of the great things about Ginza though is not this main street though. This is Chuo-dori. This is the main artery that runs between Ueno and Asakusa. It goes down all the way towards Shinagawa. And Shinagawa is one of the big stations on the Yamanote line. It's also where you can pick up the Shinkansen. Tokyo Station and Shinagawa are the two main stops going on the Tokaido down to Osaka. But I'm going to go off route from Chuo-dori. And I'm gonna go down some of the side streets. This is Miyuki-dori. And one of the great things about Ginza is not that main street. Go off the main street, absolutely. And there are alleys, I'd say 4 or 5 streets on both sides wide, filled with little trendy, cool shops that have all sorts of things from all over Japan and the world. A lot of shops, worldwide global brands, they open up satellite shops here in Ginza, and that is a big thing to have, right? If you can write Ginza in something, that means you pretty much have a pretty good brand. See down here on the side, lots of little trendy shops. This is the alley behind Chuo-dori. Here's a Singapore, I think this is from Singapore. This is a Bichang Tang. Singapore's favorite bakwa brand. Sure, okay.
Here you go.
Thank you very much. Wow. Oishii. スモーク味ですね。
そうですね。
甘い。
そうですね。全部焼きたてなんですけど。
Wow, 焼きたて。
Everything's barbecue fresh.
Oh, wonderful. ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
That's really good. Thank you, Vikram Ray. Thank you very much. I wouldn't say it was beef jerky. It was sweet. It's kind of a barbecue taste to it. It's not something I would expect here in Ginza, because a barbecue, the image of something that's barbecued is maybe like a cheaper meat, I guess. But there's nothing cheap about that. That was pretty darn good. Now that he gave me a little bit of taste of it, it's so like sweet and tangy that I'm gonna have this in my mouth for the rest of the afternoon now. He's smart. He gives that to me, and now in my mind I'm thinking about a barbecue. And this is a beautiful day for a barbecue. This is what the side streets look like in Ginza. There's a lot of really trendy signs. Ginza has a lot of trees as well. You don't really notice them because the buildings are all over the place, right? Buildings go up all over the place. Most of the buildings, they're not skyscrapers. They're about, I don't know, between 7 or 8 stories high, most of them. Oh, this is one of my favorite shops. All right, so Japan has 47 prefectures, and each prefecture has a satellite shop in Tokyo. This one is the Nagano one. And Nagano is one of my favorite prefectures because it's a very natural place. A lot of people know it because of the 1998 Winter Olympics, right? And it's also famous for having the Japanese Alps. I guess we could take a quick look around. Oh. They also have like craft beer and stuff that's really good. Nagano is probably home to some of Japan's best craft beers, so if you're into that. And they have lots of like vegetables and produce. It's one of the most natural places in Japan. Okay, let's just take a quick look. Tea. Whoa! This is what I'm talking about. Like the Nagano craft beer. Whoa! This is from Karuizawa. Olaho. Captain Stowe. This is actually pretty reasonably priced. Nagano has some good cheese as well. This is miso cheese. Very cool. Milk. This is pretty trendy. I don't feel like I fit in here. Oh. Do you know what this is? That's eggplant. Whoa. We call these oyaki, which is very famous. Very famous in Nagano. Oh, there's vegetables. This is apple. Mushroom. More vegetables. Wow, so many different tastes. This is so cool. Amazake. Whoa. That's a big peach. Sorry, you might have lost the connection. We're back on now. So these peaches are like $6 each. Just my hand. That's how big it is. You can see the farmer who makes them in Nagano. Alright, we're back outside. I'm sorry about the connection. I think we lost the connection there. That's pretty cool. So those things I saw you in the freezer, showed you in the freezer, they're called oyaki. And oyaki are, well, how can I describe it? They're like Hot Pockets, okay? They're like grandma fresh handmade Hot Pockets, okay? And you can, those are frozen. You can put those frozen ones into the microwave and heat them up for about 2 minutes, and they're so good. I don't know how many times I've been to Nagano on location shoots for NHK or some sort of, I never go there really for private, for like my private vacation, but oyaki is one of the amazing like Nagano mountain foods. And I'm surprised it doesn't get that much attention. So these are what some of the alleys look like. There's lots of really trendy shops. Here's a famous waffle chain. Mannequin from Europe, and you can see they make them fresh. Oh, that smells so good. Obviously you can't. Obviously, you cannot smell what I'm smelling because it smells pretty good. This is now Yonchome. Yonchome is the 4th district, and it's also home to the world's most expensive real estate. I'm serious. It's super expensive. Super expensive. These are like manju. Very cool. So this is the world's most expensive intersection. GINZA Station's right there. This intersection is ridiculously priced, and if you Wikipedia this, you're gonna see that I think it was like 1 square foot is like $4 million or something ridiculous. I'm not exaggerating either. Well, maybe I am. I'm not exactly sure. Don't write that down as fact, but it's somewhere on the internet. It'll say Ginza's 4th district real estate price. This intersection is ridiculous, and the buildings are pretty crazy too here. This over here on the other side, this is a brand new building. It's not, Nissan has owned this corner of the 4th district for a long time, and a really famous architect created this crazy looking building that you can see. It's pretty insane. And on the second floor, the cars. The cars used to be on the first floor, but they turned it, no, they're still there. All of the new Nissan Car. Whoa, what the heck is that thing? Is that like Knight Rider or something? That's an awesome car. I'm a big fan of Nissan too. Look at this thing. What? Look at the curves on her. Wow. I gotta go inside, okay. Alright, I didn't expect to go inside here. We gotta check this out. This is too cool. Look at the color on that. What? Homono desu ka? Ah, it's a concept car. This is crazy. What? Look how thin the windows are here. And the color, the paint on it, it's sort of like a matte on it, right? It's kind of like a matte, shiny matte red. Wow. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna wait for the light to change. The only place where there are cars on this walkway during the weekend is right here at Yonchome. There's no way to shut the traffic down. Up here you have Ginza's Wako, which I showed you in the beginning of this live stream. Every hour, on the hour, the clock will ring, the bell will ring inside that tower, and you can hear it all through Ginza. It's pretty cool. This street goes all the way down this way towards the Imperial Palace, where the Emperor lives. When I ran the Tokyo Marathon, so I was at the front of the Ginza 6, somebody just wrote a comment, the Ginza 6 just opened up, and it's pretty cool from the 6th floor up. The 6th floor is where there's a really fancy Tsutaya bookshop, and there's a garden on the roof, so I highly recommend going into the Ginza 6. This here's Mitsukoshi, a really famous department store. I'm gonna take you over to the Lion. It's so festive on the weekends here. All right, do you see it? You see it? You see it? All the grannies found it. It's a good lion. Look how shiny it is from tourists rubbing it. This is the famous lion of... Sumimasen. Alright. These ladies are taking a picture. You can see the Nissan building behind me, which is pretty crazy. Oh, there's someone giving a live performance. This is in front of the Yamano store. It's a really famous music store that's been in business forever. She loves that word. Na na na. Sing it again. Woo! I always get there just a little bit too late, but it's pretty festive. Another place I want to highlight is right here. This behind me is Kimura-pan. Alright, I was telling you maybe a couple of minutes ago how expensive the real estate prices are here in Ginza Yonchome, right? It's one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive place for real estate in all of the world. And behind me is a bakery. And the reason why they can have a position here is because they own the building and have been here forever. Kimura-pan. They still use the old sign from the Showa era, which is maybe 40 years ago. That says Kimura-pan, which is the Kimura bakery. Kimura-pan, if you like anpan, which is the anko red bean paste inside of a bun, this is the place to go. And it's always crowded. I'm gonna do an episode on the main channel about this place because I've met the son of the owner and he invited me to film here. But that was a couple of years ago. I don't think he remembers me. Kimura-pan since 1869. 69. So that's why this place can have a location on the intersection. And the breads here, you can see the red bean paste, and this one looks like it's infused with green tea, maybe? Let's have a quick look inside. Just a quick look. This is Kimura-pan. Uguisu. Shiro. This is white bean. Wow, kuri. This is chestnut. Summer mikan. Wow. This is an orange taste. Cream cheese. Cream cheese. I guess I gotta buy one, don't I? I guess I'll just buy one. Which one should I get? I'm gonna get the mikan. But chestnut looks really good too. Wow, this has white chocolate in it. No way. I'm gonna get this mikan because it's the last chance. It's taking a while. Can you guys hang out for a little bit? I'm gonna wait for someone to help me. They got lots of other stuff too. I'm getting this one. Mikan お願いします。一つ。はい。194円です。はい。はい、ありがとうございました。Street food! This is getting good. So we got street food and music. She's really good. So this little bun, oh look at that, it's got a little circle on it. The circle of life. So we're gonna enjoy the smooth tunes of a really pretty lady with a guitar while eating a summer mikan bread from Kimura-pan. Kimura-pan is right there. Sorry, it's one of the most famous bakeries in Japan. Oh. This is good. I love jam, okay? This is so sweet. This is so good. I love Anko, the red bean paste there, and they're one of the best makers of Anko Ampan. But they have like seasonal flavors, and this is a summer mikan. They also had cream cheese, but I'm on a diet, so I just picked jam instead. Oh, so good. And the bread's still warm. It just came right out of the oven, I think, not that long ago. I'm gonna turn the camera around while I devour this mikan bread. You can see a little bit on this side of Chuo-dori is a little bit different. The street really goes on straight, and then it makes a left turn. That's the end of Ginza, where there's an overpass. I'm using the mikan bread. There's an overpass. That's the end of Ginza. That's so good. Hocus Pocus, buy a coffee with that. Oh yeah. All right, this is going on. I don't have to explain what this building is, do I? This building, that's the Apple store. This is the first Apple store in Japan, I believe, the one in Ginza. Whenever a new iPhone came out, when the first iPhone came out, everybody was waiting in line here at this Apple store. And it's quite famous, and it's quite crowded. When Apple first started, you could get help at the Genius Bar pretty quickly, and now it takes hours. Last time this phone that I'm streaming on was the screen broke. I dropped it, and it took me 4 hours to fix the screen. Maybe about 3-4 years ago, it would have taken like 30 minutes, but a lot of things changed. Yeah.
Are you a YouTuber?
I'm YouTubing right now.
Wow.
You're on YouTube?
Oh, I think I've seen it one of.
Oh, okay. My channel's called Only in Japan.
Yeah.
Now he knows. Where are you from?
Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. Okay. Well, how long are you in Japan for?
Like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Welcome. I'm live streaming now.
So now we're going to eat. So.
Oh, okay. Have a good day. Wow, from Portugal. So there's people all over the world coming to Ginza. That was funny. See, he knew who I was, but he didn't know exactly from where. So I kind of get that. All right, where else am I taking you? Coffee. So, okay. I know where I'm gonna take you. Now I'm not a big fan of chains, but I did a couple of shows on the main channel. Again, this is my second channel. This is a live streaming channel. And I'm going onto the side streets again of Ginza. I'm gonna take you to, is it open yet? I came by here last month and it was closed. I made a couple of months ago the world's most beautiful Starbucks, okay? And I know Starbucks well, not because it's a brand that's everywhere. It's because when I first came to Japan in 1998, there weren't many chains here in Japan that, when I got homesick, there weren't that many places I could go. There was McDonald's, of course, and I'm not a big fan of McDonald's or fast food. So that the options for me when I felt homesick were very limited to going to the video rental store and getting a VHS cassette to watch a movie, like a Hollywood movie or something. It's pretty much Japan was Japan back in 1998, and it's not even that long ago, it's 20 years ago about, but Starbucks was one of the first massive chains that was really trendy in the US at the time. It's still pretty trendy, that opened up here in Tokyo, and this here is the first Starbucks ever. You see that right there? This is the first Starbucks in Japan in 1996, I believe, or is it 1997? And they opened up about the same time that I did, and they just renovated it. This is brand new. Before it was a beige color and it looked a little bit old. Now this building looks brand new. And I'm gonna get a coffee. Maybe they got something cool inside that's new. But I want to show you the marker, more importantly. they used to have it on the wall here, and not a lot of people know it, but they put a marker on there. Ah, yeah, look, they're almost as old as me. I'll be celebrating my 20th anniversary. They're celebrating their 21st. So this is the first Starbucks. They're almost as old as me. Cool. Oh, I think they took it away. Oh, here it is. Boom. So when you come, you can touch it. My hand was here too, okay? I probably should wash my hand now. But they have some cool stuff in here, and it's a pretty crowded Starbucks. Whoa! Cool. Matcha donut. Very cool. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I walked in there, everyone was staring at me like I broke the line. And cutting in line in Japan, you could get arrested for that, I think. No, it's worse than getting arrested cutting in line in Japan. People will stare you down and make you feel guilt, like it's worse than murder. You never cut in line in Japan. Another thing that you never do is stand on the escalator on the right side. You have to understand, hey, where are you going there, Osmo? You have to understand the manners of Japan. People stand on the left and walk on the right. And this department store right here is Matsuzakaya. So Matsuzakaya in the basement has a lot of really good sweets. It's called a depachka. And depachka are in every single department store. In the basement you can find like a museum of food. They have some of the most delicious foods. I mean, they look really good. And I haven't bought everything in a depachka, but you could go broke down there too because the prices are like 10 times more than a regular supermarket. So this one is Matsuzakaya. This is an old department store. So we're still in the side alleys here. Now if you go on the next street over or a little bit further towards Ichome, you're gonna find a lot more trendy stuff. And a lot more Starbucks too. There's a ton of Starbucks in this area. I'm gonna wrap around to Chuo-dori and then we're gonna end this live stream. But I thought this would be a pretty good day since the weather is really nice. You can see beautiful blue skies today. Not that humid. Usually Tokyo is ridiculously humid. Today's pretty nice. Look at that. Like a really little old plant store. Look at these little guys. Oh, they came with their own moss. Very cool. I'd love to have a house that looked like this. And there I am right there. This is what I look like walking down the street, by the way. I'm holding this stick. I'm 43 years old. I'm not 47. All right. So we're getting to the end. This here is a very famous paper company, stationery company called Itoya. This is the back entrance. Right there's Chuo-dori. You can see on the weekends, bicycles and cars are not allowed in here. It's prohibited, according to the police. So you're not allowed to drive your car through here, which is cool. It's very, very cool. I like this, to see all the people walking, just enjoying the afternoon. You can see there's Chanel, there's Cartier, there's Bulgari. So you have to have a lot of money in this area. This is the golden intersection. I guess I'm not wrong here. This is really expensive. So now we're a lot closer to the end. Right there is the end of Ginza. That's Ginza Ichome. That's sort of where it starts, and it goes all the way to Hachichome. So 8 blocks, about 8 blocks of walking you can do here. All right, one more building, and I'm against diamonds, but this is the De Beers building. You can see the funky shape to it. Look at that. Whoa. It's got more curves than a supermodel. So this is the De Beers building, I believe. It's really beautiful. I don't know how they made it. Looks like they are renovating it or something. Or is this new? Looks like it's not open yet. I was pretty sure this was the De Beers building, unless they've changed ownerships. I guess this is a brand new building. There are other, you know, the average lifespan of a business in Ginza is like a few years. Kimurapan is the exception. They've been open since like the Meiji Restoration in 1860s, right? You can see once again how trendy the side streets are. You want to get off of Chuo-dori. And come see some mannequins. I had a friend who used to work there 10 years ago. She moved to the Osaka branch inside Osaka Station, which is a shame. Beautiful afternoon. This is Prantan. Okay, now I know where I am. Mikimoto Building is pretty cool. If you're into architecture, Ginza is also a wonderful place to take a look at some of the amazing buildings. Kabukiza, which has been renovated, I guess it was finished about 2 years ago. It's been renovated and it's beautiful. They renovated it because after the 2011 earthquake, yeah, it needed to be more earthquake proof. Wow, you can see the Mikimoto Building, which is also pretty insane. Pretty insane. And this is the, oh, they changed it? I thought this was Prantan. Now it says, yeah, it's still Prantan. You know, it's a French name. That took me about 5 years before somebody had the courage to correct me that I was saying Plantain or something. No, it's Prantan. I think that's still Prantan. Alright, so just if you keep going down the side streets in Ginza, you get to Yurakucho, which is where JR is. So Ginza's subway station is on a Ginza line, obviously, and it's very close to Yurakucho, which is the closest JR line. So if you're coming on JR, Ginza's accessible from Yurakucho. And this is pretty much Yurakucho now. There you go. We got cars again, traffic. Yeah, it's Tokyo. So that pretty much ends the live stream. I think that's the most you can see in 30 minutes. There's a Tokyo Hans, lots of new buildings. But in general, if it's a weekend, try to avoid Shibuya and Harajuku. It's so crazy, it's so crowded. My suggestion is probably come to Ginza. Get some Kimurapan, grab a coffee somewhere, it's not too crowded. Maybe don't go to the first Starbucks ever, go to another one of the 10 in the district and you know, just chillax. There's a lot of stuff to do here. Ginza Ichome, which is the first area, the end of the Ginza district, right there. And that's where I'm going home. What the heck is this? Ishikawa. Wow. know what that is? That's the golden ice cream. You know, that's Ishikawa. So I told you before that every prefecture in Japan, there are 47 prefectures, mark that down, especially on a quiz, you know, if you want information for quiz show. 47 prefectures, and each one seems to have a satellite shop in Tokyo, and they appeal to tourists here as well as sell some of the local goods. This one, Ishikawa. Ishikawa is famous for, do you know which city? Which city the Ishikawa prefecture is famous for? Kanazawa. Kanazawa is a place that I noticed when I was hitchhiking. Loads and loads of tourists have been going to Kanazawa. So this is the Ishikawa prefecture shop. This is Kanazawa stuff, and I ate this ice cream while I was hitchhiking in Kanazawa. It was pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but let's take a quick look. Anyway, right? Why not? Oh, look at Kanazawa's famous for gold. Gold. Wow, gold. Oh, it's kind of expensive, like 1,000 yen, $10 for this. Cool. So inside the Ishikawa building, you have on the basement floor, there's a bar, and there's a lot of Japanese sake. Ishikawa has some great sake. The first floor is the ice cream and gift shop, and the second floor seems to be bookshops and pottery and stuff. So it's a very cultural place. A lot of natural stuff here. Squashes, but I mean, everyone comes here for that, right? The golden ice cream. It's very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna save that for another episode. That's another episode in itself. The golden ice cream of Kanazawa. I'm not really in the mood for ice cream. That's sort of why I'm not buying it, actually. I ate lunch before I started this live stream. Big mistake. That oyaki, though, at the Nagano store that I showed you at the beginning is really good. This is the Cafe de Ginza. It's not that old. This cafe, I remember, opened up about 7 years ago. It's not a bad place to chill out. Usually it's a little bit more than Starbucks, and it's usually there's an open seat because it doesn't have the name brand of Starbucks. Starbucks is always crowded. All right. The first McDonald's in Japan opened up in Ginza in the 1960s or 70s. I think it was 72 maybe. And it was... McDonald's does not match with Ginza's image. Even back in the 70s, Ginza was a place of high brands and quality, and McDonald's was one of the first, I think it was one of the first foreign businesses to open up in Ginza. They had a branch in there that was doing business until 1998. When I first came to Japan, they still had the McDonald's right near Yonchome, right near the most expensive intersection in the world. And they closed that down. Trekkeruss, thank you very much for the golden ice cream. Do the golden ice cream, Jennifer. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I gotta feed that girl, don't I? So the McDonald's closed their Ginza location in 1998, which sort of makes sense because it just didn't really fit into the image of Ginza. And Ginza is a neighborhood that's really Oh, the Shinkansen. So Tokyo Station is the next station over, and you can see the Shinkansen flying by from, there it goes. You can see the Shinkansen flying by here at Yurakucho. Pretty cool. It's going to Osaka. So these trains are going to Kyoto and Osaka, and guess what? This happens to be the Osaka satellite shop. So even Osaka has a satellite shop in Tokyo. And of course they sell Takoyaki. Boom. There's a Shinkansen going again. Should I do more music? So that's it. There's your Ginza adventure on a weekend. Beautiful Sunday, sunny afternoon. What can I say? This live stream could go on and on and on forever because there's just an endless amount of things to show you here. But that just means I will have to be back here with Jennifer or another co-reporter to make this a little bit more interesting. Yeah, there is a Mujirushi over here. There's also a couple of other shops here. There's a big camera on the other side. But we've walked all the way from Ginza to Yurakucho Station. There it is. There you go. That's a pretty complete Ginza walkthrough, okay? So I hope everybody goes to that Starbucks. You can touch where I touched, wash your hands afterwards. And I hope you enjoyed this mini adventure. Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow I'm going to a place called Tomioka, which is famous for silk. I'm going to be doing a quick episode that's more historical in nature there. But coming tonight is a new episode on the main channel, okay? It's a ramen episode, so don't miss that. Definitely subscribe to both this channel and the main channel, and make sure the notifications are on so you can watch this live stream live, because that's what it's all about. This is sort of fun to be able to share this experience right away with you like this. Here we come to the end of the line. So I'm gonna turn the camera around for the last 20 seconds so you can check out a little bit of Yurakucho before I cut off. See ya. Have a good day, everybody, wherever you are in the world. There goes the Shinkansen. Bye-bye. That's a long train. Hurry up.
Good job, John.
I'm trying to cut this off. Hurry up, train, okay?